Afternoon, ladies and gents. How's everything going? Not too much window out today, thankfully. 25 degrees. Yeah, excited today. I've got a new excited. I have a new set of tyres on. So this is the thing, when you buy slightly more expensive tyres as opposed to cheap, and these were given to me by a very nice brother of mine's. And yeah, Continental's German, specialise in tyres and car tyres, truck tyres, cycle tyres, motorbike tyres, really nice tyres. So a 28mm is the width of the tyre. Now I bought some cheap 28mm, but when you pumped them up to 116 psi, they turned out to be 31mm. So subhanallah, pump these up to 116 psi and the tolerance is 28mm, literally 28.5. Got digital. How do I know that? It's a bit of a boffin thing. I have digital calipers to tell me. But yeah, the lockdown's in progress. Yep, still in progress, and nothing much has changed yet. Unfortunately, nothing much has changed there. Things are still going on as normal. There are a lot more cars around. I'll be absolutely honest with you. A lot more cars around, unfortunately. People are still going about their own business, as you can see behind me. Apparently they're saying, I think there's close to like 50% motor vehicles around. That's why it seemed as though there's been more cars around recently. So I mean, that's not the best of things. I suppose people have to go out and do their shopping, but people just, so let's see. I've picked a slightly different route today. I really got tired of doing that previous route, so a slightly different route today. Let's see what happens. Yeah, people aren't doing hey, look at this idiot, look at that guy. Is that guy doing 20? Is that guy seriously doing 20 miles an hour? What an SOB, what an SOB. Look, honestly, really, this is a problem. I mean, there should be more cops on the road stopping people, but I mean, maybe they're being lulled into a false sense of security. There's no crime going on, so we don't need to be out there. Maybe that's what the case is. But yeah, you know, that's why they're letting things like that go. That's crazy. He's doing close to like 35 miles an hour. But yeah, let's see what happens. Keep you posted on the ride. Slightly more different ride today. Sick and tired of doing loops of parkour. A40, have a look. Actually dead. However, this isn't the same situation all over the street. Well, sorry, all over London, I think. So have a look. This is a new cycle path that they've invested in. Quite nice, very flat. I tend to stay away from cycle paths generally because they have a lot of debris. So I don't know how long this one will remain debris free. But yeah, so this is it. 27 miles on the clock. The tyres have been a bit of a revelation. They're true 28mm. So it's not the point where you put the maximum PSI air pressure in the tyre and you end up getting a tyre that's 31mm wide as opposed to a true 28mm tyre. With the Germans, they got their tolerances down to, down to a T basically. When you pump these tyres up to maximum 116 psi, maximum tyre pressures for 28mm tyres, they come out at 28mm. They cut through the air a lot quicker. Esther, thank you so much for your tyres, mate. Lovely, absolutely lovely tyres. Yeah, they cut through the air a lot quicker. However, the thinner the tyre, the more sensitive the bike becomes to the ground, no doubt. So thicker tyres do offer you more comfort. Even if they're 31mm wide, they do offer you much more comfort. But yeah, check it out. Yeah, definitely go for better quality tyres if you can, no doubt. But if you can't, it's always good to get a pair of cheap ones to start with. The wider the tyre, the more puncture resistance they have. So another thing that I need to check on these tyres is, they're called Continental Gator Skins, is the puncture resistance. So they, the reviews state that they got fairly good puncture resistance, so we'll just wait to find out. Generally I ride Vittorio Rubino Protex, or the ones that I got with this bike, which are Decathlon, which I was pleasantly impressed by those tyres. But I'm here now. Where is this place? What's this place called? It's just the junction in Acton. Can't remember it for the life of me. But yeah, heading back home now. Over and out. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Here we are again. This is a hustle and bustle area. Very, very close to the masjid, as you guys can see. Yeah, it's just the masjid. Actually, the windows are open today for some reason, so I'm not too sure what that's all about. But yeah, this place, we got a lot to this place, Charsha. It really helped us out when the masjid was closed. So yeah, a big thumbs up to Charsha, the establishment no less. But yeah, this is heart of Wembley Central no less, as you can see. You know, it is what it is, as you can see. Yeah, I mean, obviously activity is very little. It's minimal today. Less cars out today, but yeah, they have stated that there have been more cars out. You know, traffic's up to 50% to the levels that it was previously prior to the coronavirus pandemic. So we just got to wait and see now. Basically, just got to wait and see. You know, where we go from here. Yeah, these the bike has performed in a very stellar way. Again, where have we got to? 35.6 miles. We could go to 36, but I really don't feel like it. Legs are absolutely exhausted, so I went all the way to Hayes, from Hayes to Westfield, and then back down the A40 pretty much. Yeah, quite a straightforward loop. Can be covered quite quickly and quite efficiently. The roads are nice. The tyres are absolutely stellar. I have to really give it up to the Continental tyres, which are these bad boys here. Continental Gator Skins 28mm. And when I refer to the millimetre, I refer to the actual width of the tyre, which is this 28mm. It can make all the difference. So just being a 31mm tyre means that you just got to drag more. You've got to drag more with the tyre, basically. But yeah, this is our beautiful Wembley Central Library, also shut down because of the virus. You know what I can't kind of like come to terms with is that everything's closed. It's going to stretch it. My legs are absolutely killing me. That is everything's absolutely closed. It's shut, and the country ain't going to be the same after this. Or will we go back to normal? You know, will businesses go back to normal? Obviously, you know, everyone's furloughed. All the employees are furloughed, self-employed. I don't know what sort of help they're going to get. Well, they're going to get the help as well. I mean, 80% of their net profit. You know. So yeah, essentially, what more can one do? You know, just keep yourself busy. It's a very stressful situation. I mean, how much cleaning can one do? You know, but however, going back to the death rates, I mean, they've risen again. You know, death rates have risen again. I think we're approximately 8,000 deaths now. So we just have to wait and see what happens. You know, where we go from here. It's, you know, it's not a nice feeling. You know, everyone's you know, struggling mentally. You know, it is what it is. Essentially, at the end of the day, let me just prop my GoPro up here. I think the only problem with the GoPro is that it's just you kind of really you know, need to. There's a committee member. Yeah, there's a committee member's car, no less. Yeah, just over there. The Virgin Media man, no less. Yeah, the committee member. But obviously, someone's been in and out of the masjid. You know, and this is the one who states, "Oh, don't harass me." You know, the big harassment case. But yeah, lots of businesses have been affected by this whole coronavirus outbreak. You know, they brought the Home Office Minister, Priti Patel, on for the first time today, after quite some time. In fact, she had apparently been away. She had been tucked away in her office. That's what she states. Much to the bewilderment of the journalists. So, I mean, I don't think a lot of journalists believed her anyway. So, you know, she said that she had been tucked away in the Home Office, dealing with a policy that is pertinent to, you know, dealing with such a pandemic, such as. So, I mean, it's plausible. Yeah, it's highly plausible. But being the Home Office Minister, you would have expected her to come out a lot earlier. You know, I mean, you're the Home Office Minister. You're like the second in command after the Prime Minister, or the first in command after the Prime Minister. So yeah, I think it's pretty, poor show on Priti Patel's part. But I mean, look, people are just still walking around. Look at these homeboys here. I mean, do you really think these guys walking up to me now, yeah, they're from the same family? Have a look. These guys behind me, all three of them walking up. Do you really think they're from the same family? Obviously not. People are. This is what I mean about, total disregard of rules. This is what's going on essentially. But this is the life of Ealing Road. Nothing much is going on. Oh, look, this is totally empty. And this way as well. Absolutely empty. Dead as a doorknob. Yeah, but these homeboys behind me, they don't know each other. You can blatantly tell that's the case. Blatantly tell that's the case. And obviously, they don't really care about cross-contamination, passing the virus on, so on and so forth. This is a problem with this place, man. Look, people are just walking around. They're not related household to household. They're just walking around, chilling out, basically. But yeah, over and out. I'm gonna sign out, get back home, and yeah, have a shower, man. Bloody hell. Yeah, the ride is over. Shall we go through the stats of the ride? Let's review the ride today. Record the ride on this bad boy here. Let me just take him off. This is a Wahoo GPS cycle computer. It's very accurate. It's one of the best in the market. In fact, it transmits the data direct to the Wahoo app, but the data is recorded on something called Strava. It's really, really popular. It's all-in-all type of app, basically. It records everything with regards to running, various number of sports. So today's ride was 36 miles. Okay, I got 10 achievements. I had an elevation gain. I mean, I climbed the hills, which equated to 922 feet. In total, I cycled 36 miles. I was hoping my average speed would be a bit more than 13.4 miles, but that's a lot of climbing as well. I burnt a total of 1,307 calories. I had an average power output of 118 watts. What else? Let's view the analysis. What the analysis was there. My top speed was 29.5 miles. Average speed was 13.4 miles. Cadence, which is the speed at which the pedals rotate, was 63 average cadence, 93 maximum cadence RPM. My heart rate was 111 average heart rate, and the maximum heart rate was 164 beats per minute. I trained in what they call heart rate zone 2, which is moderate. That's kind of cool, really, that I'm starting to train in that. And I had so there's 5 heart rates. So you get endurance, which can be from 0 to 102 BPMs. You get moderate, which is from 102 to 134 BPMs. Then you get tempo, which is 134 to 151, which is like going into the sort of like amateur athlete region. Then you get threshold, which is 151 to 167 BPMs. And then you get anything which is zone 5, which is called neuromuscular heart rate, which I didn't do any of. But I done 35 seconds of threshold, 13.46 minutes of tempo heart rate, 1 hour 32 minutes of moderate, and then 54 minutes of endurance. I haven't got a power meter, so that's a bit unfortunate. So power is the absolute thing that you should measure by. But if you haven't got a power meter, then you can always measure your output and your energy expended via your heart rate. But these apps are very, very good at giving you average power nowadays. Yep. Before I forget, I need to take a protein shake. That's another thing that one must take. Yeah, that's another thing that one must take. Getting back to the matter at hand, let's have a look. Let's give you guys an update on what's been going down with you know, the Covid-19. It's a protein shake. You got to take it at my age. They say that men above 45, muscle depletion is really, really rapid. That's why you must take it. Okay, so let's get back to the COVID-19 update. You have 1.7 million people confirmed cases, 103,000 worldwide that have died. UK cases, we have 9,875 deaths. When I remember when the scientific officer, or was it the chief medical officer, goes, look, we'll be lucky by June if we're out of this with 20,000 deaths. I remember that really, really well. The health secretary or whoever it was. Do you know, I can finally start believing these guys. Like, you know, I mean, Priti Patel came out of hibernation yesterday. You know, she doesn't enamor me or strike me with the greatest degree of confidence. She's like such a hoax, such a fake. Honestly, really. Boris Johnson's doing well. He's making good progress, apparently. Apparently, Priti Patel states that she has been speaking. She's been in communication with Boris Johnson every single day. And the government are in total denial about, you know, stating that doctors do not have. I mean, the doctors state that we haven't got the personal protective equipment that's needed to tackle COVID-19. Okay, and that they're putting their lives at risk. So the British Medical Association is saying one thing, and the government is saying no. We're tasking a special task force to deal with the distribution of this. And so, like, there's no sort of definitive answer, and that's what I think is a massive letdown with these briefings. Is that this government is not coming clean, is tiptoeing around on policies and you know, slogans again. You know, today's slogan was funny, so it's not like, you know, it's not stay at home. It's explain, encourage, and educate. Yeah, the 3 E's. That was touted quite a bit. That was quite something. So the doctors are saying another thing, and you know, they're saying take regular breaks from checking the latest news on COVID-19. Apparently the police said that they gave us a grace period, that previously was a grace period, and now, which I think they've got a point, that enough education has been done, and now they're going to go in for the kill and basically you know, essentially just start finding people, which I don't really see anything wrong with that. You know, people have been explained to enough. You know, I mean, I got into an argument with a guy that I was, you know, so me and my wife, you know, on the days that I don't go cycling, I go for a walk in the park with her in the morning, and the path is quite narrow. It's about the width of 3 adults. He jogs right through the middle. He doesn't even make the effort to jog towards the side. We're always having to go onto the grass, and he jogs one way, then comes back down the opposite way, then jogs. And it's the 3rd day I caught him, and I go, listen, mate. I go, we're making the effort to move onto the grass a good 3 meters out of your way. Can't you make the effort? No, you are only saying to me this because I am Asian. That's just the exact response. I go, I'm an Asian myself. How dare you? I go, you don't know if he stopped, and I go, stay right there. Don't come any closer. He stopped, and I go, you don't know if you're infected or if I'm infected, and we're passing it to one another. I go, it's for your safety as well as everyone else's. And there were people in the park. It was like 9:30 in the morning. And I just got into one. I got into one with him. You know, listen, look, it is not that. I'm sorry, I'm feigning this stupid. This is exactly the way he goes. Listen, look, it's not that type of disease where you can. I go, listen, are you even watching the news? I go, who should I believe, you or a scientific officer on TV? And so he tried to educate me. I go, listen, look, I really ain't got time for you. Go and watch some BBC News 24 or Sky News. Go and watch some media at least. Get educated on this damn thing. Absolute idiots running around, and as I said previously on Ealing Road, these are, you know, careless, selfish individuals who are probably going to the supermarket, spreading it about, picking it up, bringing it home, giving it to their grandparents, giving it to their grandparents, and not giving a crap, basically. I mean, mass graves. Was it? I can't remember how many hundreds were buried in a grave in New York City. Hundreds. I mean, that's like, wow, it's like, you know, so shocking just to witness that. The US is the first country to record more than 2,000 coronavirus deaths in a single day. Stay home, stay safe, protect the NHS. No, it's stay home, protect the NHS, stay safe. That's it. So I got the actual strap line wrong. Tyres 16 signing out.